Hey guys, it's Caitlin here and welcome back to another video. So I'm very excited to be doing this video. If you guys can notice, there is a hell of a lot difference between my voiceover in my last video to my voiceover in this video, and that being that this voiceover is a lot better quality. And that's because this morning while I was getting ready for work, there was a knock at the door and I went and answered it, and my package arrived, and inside that Amazon box was a beautiful new shiny white blue snowball ice condenser mic. So I'm very happy to finally be using this for the first time. I was actually I mentioned in my last video that I was actually expecting this mic on Friday, like the tracking delivery, the tracking description information or whatever you call it, said that the microphone wasn't due to arrive until Friday. But I did also mention that my webcam had come a day earlier than what the tracking info had told me. So I was kind of thinking that this was probably going to arrive around the same time, like a day or two before the actual date that online told me it was going to come. But no, it came this morning and I was super happy about it. And I was excited all day. I had to work today, so I was very excited all day to come home and finally try it out and use it. And I've done like heaps of test runs in Audacity, Shotcut, which is my editing software. I also tried it in OBS just to see how it all goes and everything like that, and it sounds actually really good, and I'm hoping that it'll, you know, translate well onto the actual video, because with Shotcut, when you're using that, you've got to use you've got to record your audio somewhere else. So I record it through Audacity, and then I go ahead, export that and add it into the video later. Although I notice my Shotcut has been having a little trouble at the moment, and occasionally it'll, like, I don't know why, but when I add the audio, like when I listen to the audio, it's absolutely fine, but it's once it's added into Shotcut, it's a bit scratchy here and there. So I've done a few test runs and it seems to be only scratchy like at the very beginning, like the first couple of words. So let's just cross our fingers and hope that it's not going to be scratchy throughout the whole thing, because if it is, I've got to probably re-edit this in, what's it called, Vegas Pro, which I do also have Vegas Pro, but lately I've found that it's looked very kind of like, I don't know, that just the image quality, when I first started using it, I thought it looked really awesome, but the image quality now just seems to look really terrible. Like, I don't know, I think it looks terrible. Let me know what you guys think. In my last video, I used Vegas to edit it just because of that whole scratchiness with this. So let me know if you guys feel like the image quality in that wasn't as good as it is in this video, because, or I mean, if this is done through Shotcut, because I just feel like the image quality is way better in Shotcut. But yeah, anyway. So I've got a couple of builds lined up for you guys. This is the next build I had lined up. As you guys know, I've been away for 2 weeks just sorting through some things, and I was sick for a little while, and you can probably hear I sound a lot better. I do occasionally like need to cough still, but that's totally fine. It's not as bad as it was before. I can finally say like a full sentence without coughing, which is great. But yeah, so this is one of the builds I had lined up for you guys. I did this when I was sick. I was on Facebook just scrolling through, and there was a picture of a dollhouse, of a Fisher's dollhouse, and it was, I can't remember what the caption was, but it was something like who remembers these, or like if you had one of these in your childhood or whatever. And I actually had one. I don't know if it was Fisher and paykel, but it looked exactly the same, just like a different color. It's exactly the same, so it must have been Fisher and paykel. But it was pretty much like a white and pink dollhouse that I owned. And if I can figure out how to like insert an image, I'll try and do that. I don't actually know how to do that though on Shotcut, so I might have to learn or do a little bit of Googling, YouTubing to figure that out. But it was pretty much a dollhouse that, yeah, like I mentioned, was white and pink, very simple. It did open up, but because this is a house in The Sims, I actually wanted it to be practical and functional, so I decided to close it in, and we're just going to pretend that this is the dollhouse like closed up with the other sides closed up. The only thing I wasn't able to do in this one was like an attic, and the floor plan is not the same either. I put the staircase on the same side, sorry, as the actual staircase in the dollhouse. I'm surprised I remember my dollhouse, but I'm pretty sure I didn't get rid of it until I was 12. I sold it at a garage sale because I will be completely honest, I am a terrible hoarder. I don't like to get rid of things, so all of my things, they just build up and they build up, and I tend to find a lot of sentimental value in almost anything. Like, so much crap I can find sentimental value in, and I will keep it because I just feel terrible giving it away. Like my dollhouse, I just thought about it like, oh, I had this when I was a kid, I used to play with it a lot, I mean, I used to decorate it. Like, I used to paint my dollhouse with nail polish. Like, the roof was covered in nail polish, the little fridge, it had like a little built-in fridge, it was painted in nail polish, because who, you know, sparkles, like it was sparkle nail polish, glitter nail polish. Sparkles just make everything better when you're a child. So it's a very, very sparkly, you know, dollhouse. I sold it for $5. It was an old couple who bought it, I'm guessing for their granddaughter or something, and the guy, like the man, or old man, whatever, he was very upset. He didn't want to buy it for $5. His wife, though, was like, no, we're getting it. And he's like, no, I don't want to buy it. She's like, yeah, we're getting it. And honestly, I did not, even at the age of 12, I did not want to sell that dollhouse. Didn't play with it at all. I just didn't want to sell it because I was a hoarder and I didn't want to get rid of it. But I had to in the end. Let's just say moving a lot, because I have been moving quite often over the past 3, 4, 5 years, 5 years maybe, no, maybe 4 years. I've been moving quite often, and each time like I've moved, I've had to learn how to get rid of things because I can't take everything every time. And I'm actually surprised. This is probably the least amount of crap I have ever owned is right now, because I have a double wardrobe and all my clothes fit, plus all of my junk, they also all fit. I've got things up the top there, and I'm just surprised that everything for once actually fits in the cupboards. Usually I've got those, like, you know, those plastic, those big plastic containers that you get on wheels. I usually have like a couple of those as well sitting in the corner in my room somewhere that's just got so much of my crap in it, and I've sometimes got like another one that's just full of arts and crafty stuff. And saying that, when I was living on my own, like not by myself, but when I had moved out of home and I was renting an apartment with a couple of other people, I still had so much crap like in the lounge room. It was lucky that you know, we were friends and stuff like that. My workmate, he was always out, and he didn't even care. Like, when he moved in, he did not bring anything with him except like a bag of clothes, and that's pretty much it, like a blanket and pillows. He didn't even have a bed. He just used our air bed, because we had purchased an air bed before, like when we first moved in, before getting an actual bed. But, you know, he took the air bed and he slept on that for a good 6 months, I would say, because he was there from the beginning pretty much, or, you know, roughly 6 months before we had to release the place or release, is lease the word? I don't really know, but we decided not to because we moved on from Mount Isa, which is where we were living. But anyway, I've totally gone off track. So the like the lounge room that we had was full of so much crap. I had like a desk, a shelf. No, I had I had 3 shelves in the lounge room. One shelf was full of all the PlayStation games, the printer, the, I don't know what else, whatever else we had. Maybe a couple of books. I don't know. We never really had books. The desk had my laptop on it, with a jar full of coins. It had like some weird chalkboard. I collected, like, one of my friends was giving away one of her chalkboard easels, so I was like, I'll have that, and I never really used it. All I did was write Merry Christmas on it with window markers, and it just sat there for ages. I had a little Christmas tree, actually, a black Christmas tree. I spray painted it black, and it was so, like, sparse. Here's a tip, guys. If you buy one of those cheap as trees and it's very, very sparse and you can see through it, go and buy some tinsel, fill it all in, and if you want, you can spray paint it like me. I spray painted mine black, so I had a black tree with the tinsel to fill in the spots. And then I use, because since it's like one of those cheap plastic crappy trees, it looks the same as the tinsel, like as in the material looks the same, if you get what I mean. But just go ahead and do that and get some decorations. I just decorated mine with gold, I think. Gold little ornaments that I bought from Kmart. Everything, the tree was from Kmart as well. I'm pretty sure it was like a $5 tree. That's why I got it. I was like, I need a Christmas tree. Even though I wasn't there for Christmas. I was in Perth for Christmas that year. So that was a lonely Christmas tree, but that was okay. It also had lights as well, but I had already pre-owned those lights because I like to decorate my room with fairy lights and Christmas lights as well. Not the colourful Christmas lights, just like the white light, or yeah, probably just the white light and Christmas lights. I'm not too sure about the yellow lights, but they were the really cool looking ones. They weren't like Christmassy looking, if that makes sense. But anyway, I think we're almost coming up to the ending of this video, which is funny because I didn't really speak about this video at all. Seeing as this was meant to be a dollhouse, it's very like pink and blue and pastels and kind of like doll-ish looking. At least I think it looks like a doll-ish house. It pretty much looked like this out the front. There was no barriers on the top balcony. So that's a bit dangerous for the Barbies, but that's okay. I mean, I doubt they'll walk off. Wouldn't that be funny if they could actually do that? That could be another way to kill your Sims in The Sims, making them walk off if there was no like safety there. Didn't really have a fence, but I was like, might as well make it look like it suits the surroundings. It's meant to be there. And I also use some flower, like little flower bushes, and I sized them up kind of just to give it a little bit of that dollhouse aesthetic, or you know, vibe or whatever. I did, however, forget to make like a path from the stairs to the fence, because in my head I was just thinking dollhouse, dollhouse, dollhouse. But then I thought in my head I possibly could have added in a little, you know, terrain paint there. But yeah, I don't know. I just completely forgot. And I think it's a really cute little build. Very simple, as you guys have already seen. It's very simple on the inside. With doll houses, they don't have clutter because they're dolls. They only have like the main furniture, which is pretty much what I did. I don't remember if I put a fireplace in there because, like I mentioned in my other videos, most of the time when I do voiceovers, I don't watch the screen the whole time. I sometimes do, but I think if I'm talking about other things, then I obviously don't look at the screen. But yeah, here are the little bushes that are sized up. And yeah, so I think we are into the screenshots. So anyway, if you guys liked this is up on the gallery, by the way, under Fisher's Dollhouse, I think it's called. But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can see more videos like this in the future. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all next time. Bye!